Okay, so I looked over the maps from our previous plays, which was something cool that we liked to do. And
That's an understatement for this game.
Yeah.
You need to be taking photos of your maps.
Yeah. I mean, and it's okay because we've explored those lands,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're seasoned explorers at Barn. So here's what I have to say about that, is that there's no good hunting anywhere. There's a fishing spot down here, which we knew about from earlier in this play, which seems like a lifetime ago. And it was started off terrible, and it's probably still terrible. So, I mean, this is terrible. We just spent all that. I spent my bolas. He spent some of his stuff. Like, we just did a whole pile of stuff to get, like, these two meager food. So, that's terrible. And it could be even worse going back again. Most of it's empty-handed.
All our known hunting spots are bad, is what you're saying.
So, that one's bad, this one is bad, and this one is bad.
Okay.
In order to poke around and wander around and, like, far away and find new food is gonna kill us, frankly. And there's no guarantee that we will find it and it will be useful in any way. Okay, that's the situation we're in, right? We do have, if we build a fire, which we have no fire, we do have our fires are out right now. Okay, so I kind of see two paths here, right? So we could travel down here to the hut and try to use our discount to purchase. Okay, so one plan is to spend these 2 food here on this to get 6 experience. Okay, we go down to the hut and we find
Try to get some experience, which is, it's in itself a roll of the dice. If we draw expensive things, we can't buy them.
So if we get something that we can use the discount on, because at that point this will give us 6, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 11. We'll need 4.
We also have this. That's 12.
That could be 12. So we would need 3. So if we spent 2 and we're able to net 4 on it, or 5. So we really only
need that once. So we could just buy 1 card. And that is not so much a roll of the dice now.
If we spent...
We could put both of those discounts,
if
and then we could buy something up to 6. So we could almost pretty much guarantee us that we would be able to buy at least 1 advanced card.
But we have to spend some... So the only way it works is if we spend 1... You know, hopefully to get 5, right?
But that's right. That's right.
Okay. But we have 3. I think you draw 3, right?
And this is a 4 discount. We only have to buy 1 now.
2 discount.
2 for each, right?
2 for stamina or 2 for skill. So we would need to be able to draw either. If we don't draw
stamina more of
or skill,
a roll of the dice.
That's okay. So, in my opinion, we're gonna starve to death, and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay. There's really nothing we can do about it. The hunting spots that are in this whole area are tapped. There's no way we were going to find another one that's any good. The swamp was devoid of any, right? And our previous maps don't show any. So, and again, for some reason, the fishing hole down here was all 250s, which is terrible. So, I kind of feel like this is Hail Mary time a little bit. I hate that idea. Okay, but I feel like if we go to the hut, we roll. Okay, we spend these now, so then we're committed. We're totally committed. We spend these now. It gets us 6. We have 11. We go down to the hut. If that takes us 5 cards, right? We get to the hut, right? And then we spend 2 to get back to here, right? And then we spend 3 to get over this thing again, right? And then another 2 to get up to there, and we spend 3 to get over that, and then we spend 2 to get over to here, right here. That's everything. Provided everything goes according to plan, we're completely out. We'll be here. We can take this action, which will give us the experience, and then we can do this, which will either finish the quest or kill us. What say you?
Okay. So, I think I agree that trying to get. We don't know of any good food to get.
Right as I've said it, it seems crazy. Like, why would there not be more hunting grounds or a way to like rejuvenate these hunting grounds?
Yeah, that's weird.
It seems crazy.
There's absolutely more to this island. So the idea of finding another hunting spot that's good could revive our whole game if we knew where one was, or could sort of guess at one. So one option would be, like, don't rush for the exits, but try to find, like, take the remaining time that we have to just move around and head towards where the food might be. Okay,
we have 7.
Sure.
First of all, we have nothing to fight with. I don't know why I took this up. We have nothing really to. Well, you have a club. We're not primed
lots of
to
uses
hunt
of club. It's
either.
true.
So, I'm just telling you that, like, we could very easily kill ourselves just looking
for food. Yes, sure. Okay. So
that's the
right.
the thing.
And we don't know where to go to look for food. So that's a problem. I do feel like this may be our last thing we have to do.
If it's not, and we go looking for food, we're done. We've lost.
If we go, if
we go to some other spot,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, we leave, because we probably have to leave this island.
Right. So the nice thing is, though, if this is our last one,
then
we don't have to be here.
That's
we
correct.
never have to come back.
But we have to find other. We have to be able to figure out how to. So we could go back over this, go up to the coast, and raft somewhere.
I mean, it's true that we have not. We've just been in this area back and forth, and so if we get off to this, if we go to a different area, the chance of finding good food is pretty good. So one option is leave this area, hope that we don't have to come back, and go where there's good food. We could still come back if we got lots of food.
If we have to go back again,
well, if we found lots of food,
if we have to go back again, I wouldn't want to do it anyway.
Well, okay.
I'm just telling you, like, at this point, I don't want to go back and forth 10 more times. I mean,
sure.
It's, to me, like,
but on the other hand,
insane.
like, if we it may be that we could get there more easily if we left. Okay, but so one option is head for good food. Like, we don't know exactly where it is, but we could go to a different area. If we go to a different area where we haven't been, then there's probably good food,
we've been
good hunting there.
Quite a lot around. We've definitely.
It's true, but we could point ourselves where we haven't been.
Maybe we should.
And if we get on a boat, we would cure some of our.
Yeah.
So one option is head towards good food.
Okay,
we do have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Another option is.
Wait. No, I want to lock that in.
Okay.
Option 1 is to completely leave this area, which would admit that we are never coming back here.
I hope that we never have to come back.
Because I remember leaving.
I don't think we ever have to come back.
I remember leaving this continent before, and getting back. Like, it's very hard to know how to get back. Yeah. So there are other islands which don't necessarily have hunting spots either, by the way. So there's other areas that we can sail off to that okay, so one option is to go pursue more food, which only increases our time that we can live.
Right. Okay. So we know in this game, just to put a cap on that, we know in this game, if you get some good food and you got a fire with this guy, you can fully replenish. Okay, so that's an option.
We know
especially if we don't. The nice thing is we don't have to come back anywhere. By the way, maybe
when we were over here, we were full up.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that it's
okay. So that's one option. Yeah. The other option is sort of rush for the exits, because we've got the ability to get 6 experience right here.
And if we go south to where that hut is.
Well, that's a second question. So that one I'm a little nervous about, because it involves a real roll of the dice to whether we can even get the experience cards. And then even if we get them, we have to come back through these hard obstacles to get here. So that's the one I don't like. I don't like having us to get back.
If we go from here to here, we don't have to go through 4 of these and milk cards every time.
Well, that's true.
We're not collapsing this.
That's true. But I don't love having to come back there to get the experience. That just terrifies me. On the other hand, we could go here and try it.
And if
it fails, is there a way, like if we look at our map where that tent is, can we go to some new area?
I think that the coast allows you to leave the island, maybe.
Because that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Like, go here. If we can get the experience we need, then try to make a run for this. It is still really scary to me that we'd have to go all the way back here.
That's less scary to me than opening up. Every time you do one of these, it's milling a few
Well,
cards.
that's true. Although it's giving us the possibility to get
Getting more
experience.
but it's just a possibility.
Well, can you hand me that tablet? Let me just see. Like I don't mind this idea of like a double thing. Like go down, see if we can get the
Yeah, I think that's worth
tent.
doing.
So there's the tent.
Yeah, so let's look at this and see.
So
This
if
is
we
the
can't get
ability
it at the
that you
tent,
leave the island.
then we could go here and try to leave the island. It's interesting.
Yeah, and every time we move, we're having. It's so crazy to me.
It's is it just one? Where is this? This is here. So we have to go to here. Look at that. Well, that's a 3.
3 and
It's
1.
going to cost us 3 to move off
That's
that.
terrible. But to go back is going to be just very easy.
So we go down here.
Yeah.
We do this. We rest. We have to draw cards to do that. Draw cards. I'm not sure we're going to have enough money, enough cards to get back up there. But okay. And we return our tired, which we are. We are tired.
You're tired. I'm not.
One of us is tired. Okay, so we go here. What's this?
Why don't you put it flat so they can see?
Look at this, Greg. Is this a hunting ground?
No, this thing?
Opened up. This is an explore.
Mm-hmm.
So we never looked in here. Is that going to be a hunting ground that we've never been at?
Surely not. Let me see this. No, I think. No, that's what opened this up. This is card 74.
That's a hunting.
Yeah, because look. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not
And that
fishing.
74 is going to be in here, right?
Probably.
Is what we're thinking.
No, I think it would have just gotten discarded.
If it gets discarded, then we can. That's the.
It's terrible already. It started off
Right,
terrible. That's the
okay.
problem. And the last time we played this, like last year or something, I looked at the map too, and it said 250. Also, I think it's always terrible. This is the way off the island here.
Mm-hmm.
See, so we could leave. I mean, by the time we get down there and do that, we're gonna
If
be
we
dead
did
anyway.
this, could we do this several times to get more zeros?
So we need a success. That's it.
So we could do it until we got those.
That's
but if we
compelling,
had
yes.
to do it multiple times, we're gonna have not many cards to get.
I think no matter what, I think this to me, this is how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we manage to find food,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we have several challenges. We have to survive long enough to find the food, and then survive long enough to build weapons to get the food, and then execute that and hope that we get some decent food, and then hope that we have a fire that we can build. It's just the length of the chain of events that require to like locate, prepare for, and hunt, and build a fire, and then eat it could possibly eat through our cards, and we might not even find food. The way that I've suggested going is to just go down and leave this set up and then just hop our way back. And that way we know that there's a chance that we could win versus hoping to prolong the game some. I mean, at this point, like, I think this is the chance that, like, yeah, we could die. We could die either way. But this is the way that, like, allows us the best chance of winning the game, I think. It does seem crazy that hunting was only 150. But that's what it is.
And how many cards are in our... You
117.
would get rid of, if we take on a boat, you'd get rid of this, and I'd get rid of this.
Yeah, who cares? It doesn't. We're gonna die from starving, not from.
Well, not if we get to a place where there's food. Okay, well, I don't have a super strong feeling. I kind of feel like maybe I'd be leaning towards
finding food.
Getting off this area to where there's good food. I feel like we've hunted this whole area out.
Yeah, but finding I'm just saying, in 17 cards, we're gonna meander around. Every place we look, you're gonna have to milk carts to move to it. You're gonna have to deal with these things. And then you're gonna have to like be able to build things, which is gonna burn cards, to hunt and everything. Like, I agree. If we knew there was good hunting somewhere, or we knew like this area that we haven't been to had a good hunting spot.
Right.
I mean, but we don't. It's just.
Either way, if we, well, let me put it this way: if we go here and we need to do more steps, we're dead. We don't have enough.
Either way, we're dead. Yeah.
But if we go to a different island, and we did this, and it turns out we need more steps, at least we have the possibility of being well fed. Okay, I am not. I could go either way. How strongly do you feel about not going to a new island for food?
I would rather. Okay, in the fact that we're about to die, I would rather us die on our mission to almost win rather than die on a mission to find food before we, and then even I mean, when we were here, we just replenished all the way up. And then by having to rediscover all this stuff, we wore ourselves down again. So I don't know. I think let's try to win rather than try to. And again, like, just because we could look around forever and not find food.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, it's certainly.
Why don't you leave that flat again?
I'm just trying to.
So they can see it.
I'm just trying to
rather
see
than
if I
have this
was trying to
discussion.
see if I could find if there's a place for food nearby that we know where it is rather than.
I mean,
going
I have
blind.
some pictures from last year, in our maps here.
I wish we knew where the island this takes you to.
I mean, I have pictures of this area. We also have that thing over there, by the way.
What thing?
That, like, creature in the cage.
Yeah, can we squish him? I was thinking he might give us experience, but I'm afraid he might also cause us some wounds.
I mean, there's a cave over there, but that's never where you can get food.
Yeah, cave's not good for food.
So
193.
there's a cave.
I do have a key. I could guarantee a success on this without drawing any cards. Wow, maybe I should do this.
I mean, for instance, here's an island. I mean, I don't know how we could get to this island. I mean, because
I do want to. Yeah, okay, this is a good point. Like, I'm willing to go either way, but I do want to make a point. Like, look, Greg, food here, food hunting here, food hunting here, right? There is food hunting pretty frequently. If we go to this fish,
this island has no food.
Really?
No hunting. Okay.
That's scary. Seems illogical, but it's scary.
No food.
That's scary.
I don't know how to get to that one anyway.
But what if we found ourselves on that one with no food?
That's my point.
Okay, what do you think about this? We go down here. We try to get us those experiences.
I mean, that was my plan.
And then we reevaluate if we fail.
Look, the best... Yeah, to me, of course, the best thing to do, unquestionably, is to hunt and find food, right? And then continue the game.
I just don't want. I don't want this to be one of these things where, like, we're making a decision based on us being tired and frustrated.
It's not that. I just feel like 1 o'clock. I am worn out by this. I mean, we've played this for, I don't know. This is like 11 hours of this game or whatever. I mean, even now we've been playing for.
I mean, it's not a terrible strategy. We might be able to get up there and do it, but we could easily.
I would rather fail. Not because we're looking for food and we didn't find the food and we just lose.
Well, look, we got. If we wanted to get off the island and search for food, we'd come down here and go this way. So let's come here. Let's see if we can get.
You just
those
saw
cards.
an island that
scares me. There's got to be some food on that island.
Well, that I don't see it. So.
All right. So, but then we don't want to divert back to this, right? We're gonna have to do this now. This scares me.
That's the big scary part.
Yeah, that is scary.
Well. Yeah.
It would be slight. I mean, if we did this, if we didn't spend these now, what we would do is it would take us It would take us 2 extra cards. We'd have to come here
and then go
and then here. So we'd do 2 extra cards to put off.
And a success.
And a success. Well, we're gonna need a success to get off this space, aren't we?
I think we spend it. I think I like going all in on this and trying to see what we can do.
Well, let's try it.
Okay, so
we don't have to come back yet. We're doing this now.
Let's get 6. Actually, go get a 7. Put that in and take a 7, please. And then, does this say to discard? So these go out.
Wow, we're not.
Oh, that's not. That's our satchel. That's out. Let's leave this. Okay. So this is okay. So you have a forearm, just forewarned. Okay. Why don't we put this in our satchel as well, just to clean this up a little bit, and I'll move this over here. Okay. So we're gonna go burn 2. We need a success, but you have the forearm, just
We must burn 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And you could have looked at it with your doggy.
That's correct. I would have saw that. It doesn't matter. Okay. That's a fire. Not going to help us right now. Hunting would be better. You want it? Well, you pick whichever you want.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I gotta remember to. Oh, that's only if that's things there. Okay, so I'm gonna. They're both aggressive. They can both add to my thing. I guess the hunting is more important at this point.
Okay.
No point in building a fire if we don't have food.
We're here.
That's not built. That's over here. Is this the place to build this?
No, we can't waste any cards. Well,
It's 1 card.
okay, let's do it. Yeah, you want to? You don't. We don't have to. I don't care.
I mean, if I'm gonna build it, it's only useful for. It is useful if we're gonna rest. Do we need to rest on that 10?
Oh, you need a success on the 10. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Let's build it for 1 card.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna build it on here and lose
Learn
1.
by
but
doing.
that's
Well,
fine.
you're going to take that.
Oh,
just
and that's the other reason why it could be useful. Okay.
So, I wonder, actually, we do have... Okay, so we have 11. This could be 12. This could even be 13. I wonder if this is... There's no way we can recycle knowledge's power a bunch. Right?
Well, we can remember it.
Yeah, but you don't
And
have
I
a
can
remember.
I can come get one of those. I can get the aggressive knowledge's power if I throw away a stealth,
Do you have
which
a
I don't
stealth?
have a stealth at this point, but it's not hard
It's
to
an
get.
aggressiveness. What did you just...
I mean, let's think about that for a
what
second.
did you just build?
I just built.
Not a stealth.
That's right. No, but I mean, let's think about this. I could recycle, like I could get the knowledge's power, spend it, and then when I get a stealth card, do it again.
Okay, let's consider
Like
that.
another option is to get those experience without.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's consider that as well. All right, so you're leading the way.
It's going to cost us 2.
No,
No, we gotta
we're
look.
looking at this. This is the thing that
And
really burns.
ideally, we could
Terrible
get some
thing.
experiences. That's experience right there.
Huh. Okay.
So it's a mastery 1.
What does that
We
mean?
can draw as many. If we draw 1 or less, then we get to return it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna. Oh,
It's perfect. I got to guarantee
No, no.
success. Okay,
I
first
just- hold on,
let's
hold on.
read it first.
Yeah.
The call of nature comes over you suddenly. We found a hole. Looking for a little privacy, you find a spot behind a shrubbery. While relieving yourself,
Shrubbery?
without warning, the ground collapses under your feet.
I remember this.
Only the active player is forced to take this. Okay,
Let's go together.
we'll go together. We draw
gonna use
0
Duke.
or 1. We have to get 1 success, so we're going to win it. We're going to beat it, and we're going to return it.
I'm gonna look at this. with Duke.
You could look at it, but it's not going to matter because we're going to get to draw. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at it because you can put it at the bottom.
Okay, it's a success.
Okay.
So
So we're
let's
probably
take
going to take it. Now, so we return nausea and we get it. All right, so perfect.
Okay, so this
we
gets
do-
shuffled back in.
Or we could keep it,
No,
but yes, let's shuffle it.
Yeah. Sorry.
And we
should
take a
have.
3. So we just got an experience.
That's wonderful.
So we might be able to.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's not time to do knowledge's power yet because we'd love to get another knowledge's
Yeah,
power. And it's
we
not
might.
in there, right?
It's in here. You just need
Oh,
to
it is
stealth.
in there.
Okay, so I wonder if that. I'm gonna look at that think and see if that think was no, it's a serenity. Okay.
Okay, so now we've banished
Done that.
this, and no one's nauseous.
Okay, so we need 136.
Right, you're
Now,
not.
if I ate that food before, remember I gave the rancid food to the guy in the hut? I was like, perfect. I have this thing that'll like make you completely sick.
This is a tense moment for us. Like,
Why were there two 136s?
there just are.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Okay, let's flip it over. Yeah, that's.
Is that a different 136?
This is where the treasure was hidden.
Is it? I
It
wonder what the
was.
other 136 is.
Okay, so now what do we need? Twos?
We need two twos.
Two. Okay, we gotta go down one more. Right?
Is this right? Do I only have 1 on this left?
No, you
That
just
doesn't make
built
sense.
it.
Yeah, I just
It
built
was
it.
you had I think 4. I think you got a 5.
3, 2.
Oh,
I think I built it up to 6. I
Yes,
think
you
it was
did.
6, and then did I use it?
no.
Yeah, that's not a 1. I just built this
Yes,
on top of this
correct.
and add. Oh, but I added pips. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got
what
to
happened?
move. We got this.
Oh, yeah, we just built.
Let's move south. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
know what this
2.
is. We could. I mean, let's just think for a second here. Like, I agree, but we could fight that ghost and get an experience. Do ghosts normally give experiences? What were the last ghosts we fought? Did he give us
This is
experience?
actually interesting. I like where you're thinking. So
Like, a ghost does
I'm
seem
gonna
like
put
someone who
these- I'm
might
gonna
give
put
us
this like
experience.
this, so we know we need 3 more, right? This is 1. This is 1 potentially right here, right?
Okay, so here was the last ghost.
No. No,
It's
nothing.
just bad.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Just bad. But they're not all going to be just bad.
All right, 1 south.
So that's a no?
To what? Fight the ghost?
To wake up the ghost?
No way. You're gonna like we barely have enough. We're like
But you do see what I mean. Like, it does seem like it might be a good way to get experience.
yeah. It's also a very
Okay,
risky.
so
way to-
I'm gonna
well,
I'm gonna pose. I try. This is normally my role in these
Yeah.
games. Like I say, every once in a while I slow us down, and sometimes it's
yeah.
useful.
Well, we're both getting like a little bit.
So now
fast.
here's something that we can guarantee to succeed in.
And it gives
I've
us-
got tons of pips, and we don't know what it will do.
Well, it could. If
It
this
could
thing,
injure
it
me
could
very
injure
well
you, and
easily.
we could burn.
Very easily.
Why don't we do this?
First we do this.
Yes, and then
Okay.
if we don't get the cards we need, then we can reassess.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna spend 2 to go down here. All right, 2 cards.
Okay. Oh wait, I get to look at the top card.
Yes.
Sorry,
Mhm.
and it doesn't matter. I've already
Doesn't
looked at
matter.
them.
And we don't need anything.
Oh yeah, we don't need the successes.
Wait, do
anyway.
we need 1 card or 2?
It's 2
Or
from
2
here.
here. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do I want my pole? This is
It
amazing.
does help us walk though.
I guess we're not eating at this point. I'm throwing. this
Yeah,
over
I
in
don't
case
think
you
it's
want-
that necessary. It's just 1
Okay.
extra card.
So, I've been keeping this in my back pocket,
Mhm.
not telling you.
The what? The free walk?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Because if we're here, 1
Wait.
walk will get us there.
I don't. Oh, and discard. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
If
go
we're-
we'll go whoop, and we won't spend any cards.
We won't have to spend the.
So that was
The
my ace in the hole
snowshoe?
that I wasn't telling you about. That was I was gonna like pull that out at the last minute and be like, look at this, Jesse.
Well, it just saves us 1 or 2 cards.
Yeah, well, but that might be.
If
all
you
of
could jump over this, that would be
it. All right,
another
let's
good
do
start.
this. Yeah.
So we're flipping this. Wall of Thorns.
If you have the fire resource, you may discard this resource.
This
Otherwise,
is making us draw 4 cards.
oh my god, that's terrible.
I can reduce it by 1 with my rope, but that's how we get up that thing, so I can't really do that.
This is horrendous.
Well,
this is
this is
okay.
the
This
card
is
that
this is what I'm trying to tell you is that like every one of these is a way to destroy. Ah, perfect. Yeah, good, perfect. 1 card, right?
let's
I think absolutely do that. That's
this is the right card for it.
absolutely.
So-
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This has got a leaf.
I was just gonna say that. Is there anything we need to build with leaves?
This isn't. This I need a bamboo.
All right, so we're gonna spend this to draw 1 card,
All right, it's a shovel.
which you could have looked at and put at the bottom if you wanted to.
You're taking the shovel.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
take the shovel. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ironically, well, we need that.
Why is that ironic?
We need 131, please, because that thing had a leaf, and you can use a leaf to build that. Oh no, it's stone. So never mind.
Okay, there's no tent there. I guess it's further down.
No, when
Oh,
we
when we
look,
look,
here, I
we
think
look
the
at it.
tent is underneath.
Yes, I see. It's there. It is. It's there. But
Yes. Okay.
But
So we need to burn 1 card to go down south. Yeah. Yeah. 1 card.
yes, I'm just looking. Let's remember that if I ever have stealth, I can. We should whenever we look at cards to decide what to keep,
Yes.
we should be looking for stealth. Okay, so 1 card to burn down here.
It's a curse.
Our deck's getting small
I
again.
know it's very dangerous. Okay, and 1 card to look at that.
Do we know what's here? Let me just ask.
I don't think so. No, we don't. Why don't we do this, and then we'll start exploring other options.
Okay.
How's that?
hmm
Okay, 1 card.
I mean, there's lots
That's
of
a think.
footprints. There's lots of footprints here.
Yeah.
You want to put a 2 here?
Yeah. Do you want that? Yes, you should just take it because it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, this is how I'm going to get my stealth to get us more experience.
Okay, well, let's look at this first. Can you get 71 out?
I gotta do something here. Okay, let me just put these, since these
So,
do
yeah,
nothing
that's
but
fine.
that. And let's remember that. Okay, what did you want me to get out? 70.
71.
We're looking here. Did you spend the card
71.
yet?
Yes, I did. That's what gave you
It's
the
not a
thing.
stealth?
That's what I think. It's Serenity. Okay, so, sorry, I was kind of
Okay.
pushing you just because this is
There's
going
two
on.
71s.
Oh my god. You learn from your experiences. Yeah, it's this, whatever this is. You have a tired?
No, I don't. Yes, I do have a card.
Alright, so. All the map is all over in front of Jesse. Okay, so I'm going to look at the card. We're going to do this. Yeah?
We're doing this. Hold on.
Oh, you have the.
I do have a. I don't have anything that makes us decrease the card pull.
Okay. I'm
So
going to look at it with
why?
you.
Why not do 0?
Because we need a 1 success.
Not if I use this club, which I've got 6 pips on.
Do it. Perfect. Okay, so let's
we're
take a
down
look
to
at 0,
5.
0.
We're choosing not to draw a card and
Yeah,
just.
let's go 0, 0, 0. Yep, 0, 0, please. Let's shuffle these up. This is worth all.
Randomly take 4 advanced skill cards from the game box. Spend X experience points to purchase the cards of your choice. Each purchased advanced skill gets either the active player chooses shuffled into the action deck or added to the hand.
Added to the hand, yeah.
And then you return this. Okay.
Okay, ready? This is a big deal.
All we need is to get 1 card
No,
here.
we need 3
points worth. No, we get automatically from 1, right? So all we need is 1. We need to be able to buy 1 of these. That's all we care
We
about.
have 10. 10 is in there already. Don't even.
I know. No, I'm getting this. We need
1,
a
2,
stamina
3,
or a
4.
skill or. Oh, look how many we can afford to buy. We can afford to buy anything. But we need it to be. We need it to pay off.
So it has to be.
5. This is getting us
All right,
5
let's just
experience. So really, almost anything we buy
let's
here
just
is going to
leave that
be
over there for
worthwhile.
now, please,
Okay.
just to keep this neat. Okay, but what we really want is to get one of these 2, right?
Yeah, but we really. I don't think it really
Well,
matters
let's
at this
see,
point.
let's
Let's see.
Okay, it's aggressive, so that doesn't help us with this.
Right.
It's 5. So if we spent 5, we would be getting 5. That doesn't help.
Because there's no discount. Yep.
Okay.
Stamina and health.
Protected cover. This is 3.
This is our. We can get this for free.
No, for 1.
We spent. Oh yeah, just.
And it
for
would
one.
just we would spend this 1 and we would turn it in for 5.
So that
so
does it. That's gonna
that's
do it
the
for
one,
us.
right? Whenever you lower the durability of an item, you may lower the durability of this item instead. Okay. Balance, skill, will, same thing. 3.
Is it useful in and of itself? As long as you have this.
It's in hand. Oh yeah, it'll
So
help us
that
for
might-
that. Okay, so I'll take this.
Yep. Okay.
Right. And I can build the pole, which will help us with that.
Well, you're gonna have
Perfect.
to throw away a card then.
I'm throwing this away.
Really?
Yeah, sorry, Jesse.
We
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Don't we? Why we don't need the shovel even less? Like what?
Oh, because you're going in with me. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
and it's possible we'll get enough experience before we get there that we could
Maybe.
spend that.
Okay, put this away, please.
Okay. So I'm putting this away because we spent this,
Yeah,
and you
the
spent
bottom.
our discount too. Where's the discount? Here.
No, I didn't.
Which one?
You
of these?
don't spend the. This is you always have this.
Oh.
Always have this.
That's
Okay, so we
cool.
could have
I
done it
didn't
again, but
realize
we don't
that.
need to.
Well,
Right.
should we have bought more of these?
No, hold on. Let's just count it out. Let's just count it out. Okay, Jesse.
Okay, yeah, count it out.
Okay, it's gonna take us 2 cards to get here, right?
Oh, you're counting out that. We have enough. You don't want to count out the experience. We got enough.
No, that was 10, and that now this card is worth 5, so that's 15.
Okay.
Okay, if we need more than that, we're gonna die.
Okay.
Okay, these 2 cards get us here, right?
Correct.
And then I could build the pole, which would be 3, and that gives us 1 success and a 7. Probably not worth it.
Why are you looking at that? This guy's a climb.
Oh, okay. So that's
The
3
climb
cards.
is this.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to succeed at that. And the oh no, that's not that. Climb is all I've got is for climb is the rope. My last
So-
use of the rope. We have to get 5 successes and it's locked. If we fail that,
I know.
we
Okay.
can't get
this
up.
This is the 3 to get across,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is 1 to get up to that.
Right.
This is 3, well, probably 3 cards to go over that. And then water knows the way is to go down here. So, I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
We just have to get up this though.
yeah, and I mean, I was guessing this would be 3, and I was saying that would be 3, but obviously it's going to be worse than that. So,
Your water knows the way you were planning on using where? Here? Don't do it here, use it here.
oh yeah, sure. Okay, that means
Okay?
okay. So,
Alright, so you're going to use your water knows
Knows the
the
way.
way, which is a weird card, but let's just make sure we understand that right. It's
Yeah.
just,
So I
you're
read it-
using your
yeah, I read it right
pathfinding
here, yeah.
compass to do a walk.
yes, because it says here,
Yeah, it's right there. There it is.
all involved characters move their figure to the same reachable terrain card.
Okay. Alright, so you're using that to go there.
Yeah.
Okay, next step we have to do this. We
Okay.
must succeed. This is the most important thing.
This is
Right?
the hardest test.
The hardest
of getting
test, and we
there.
must succeed it. So it's a climb.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to use this. It'll be my last pip. This gets us a
Hold on one
success.
second. What are we on? 142. Okay. Here's the problem: is if we fail, we have to do it again.
Yeah, we can't fail this. Okay. Well, I have a think. So I could search in the action deck and get something that might help us climb.
Okay.
I can take 7
That
cards.
weakens us by a card, so you don't have to take it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right.
Okay. So here's 7.
No. No.
We don't need that anymore. It's not useful to us. Ooh, but that's you. Yeah, I mean, I can't.
No. Snowshoes. No. Here's another think. I could try it again.
Yeah, but then that's gonna erode us another. I think you don't take anything. Do you have to take something?
No, you may add one
Yeah, I
and
think you
shuffle the
don't.
other cards back into
I
the.
think you don't.
But what if I took the think? Like this just got spent, so this is in there. Oh, I see. If I
Yeah,
did it
you're
again,
you're gonna erode us. I mean, there's only 2 others. I mean, are those 2 really gonna help you? There's only this one.
no, it's not.
So, okay. What do we got?
Okay.
This cliff could kill us.
Well, we can bump up the cards. Okay. Oh no, it's locked. Okay, so we've got 1 success,
And a 7.
2 success. No, that's not a thing. 2 success. Here's 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes and a 7.
Out of 5. What does 3 and 3 get us? 39%.
That's not good enough.
There's
We've
nothing
got
else
to
we can
do better than that.
We can't, so it doesn't matter. Oh, well, this is terrible,
Mm-hmm.
but I could get rid of this and redo it, redo the action, but it would save us that, but we would lose the rope.
We wouldn't have the
Whatever,
right
let's just do it. There's nothing else we can do.
Okay, hold on. Let's just really make sure.
I mean, you have rope right now. There's nothing else in here that's going to help us climb. I don't think. I mean, the only thing that could help us is a lucky star, but I don't know if how many there are. That would give you a success.
Um,
The both remembers are in here, and the forewarned is forearmed is in here, so that's not going to help you.
the only other thing we could do is we could use that card could get us out something I could build onto the rope to use the rope again if we fail it.
Yeah, but we have. Okay, so can I point this out? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
We
9.
need those, huh?
You're gonna think, which is gonna reduce us to 8. Then we're gonna use 3 of them on that, which is gonna reduce us to 5. And then you're gonna build the thing, which is probably gonna reduce us to 3. We might not even survive to get up there.
There's got to be a way we can make this better than 39%.
Well, Duke can help us a little bit. I mean, that's a small.
There's no way we can get one of those, the other forewarned out, or that double success. There's no way we can grab a card from that discard pile.
Oh, the double.
So here, look. If I discard a stealth, if I took one of those 7 cards with a stealth, I could grab an aggressive from the discard. Is there a double star success in the discard? Or even a single star success? It has to be aggressive.
That's the double star is will.
Okay. Or climb.
No, there's no aggressive, which is amazing, but there's not. Oh, there's this knowledge is power, but that's and rudimentary flint, but those are not, and bolas, but that's not
There's got to be a way we can improve this thing, Greg. 39%. Our whole life depends on.
It doesn't matter. This. I mean, we're like locked into this. If we fall, we're dead. So it doesn't matter.
What's your guy's special thing?
I can get rid of this card,
Right.
and we can do the action again without doing this, but we won't have your rope.
We wouldn't have this, but it's just a star. And Duke.
Well, I don't understand. So you may discard one card with the keyword stealth from your hand in order to skip the consequences step of an action you are involved in.
Okay, so we wouldn't have to do all this.
If you do, all involved characters must immediately take that action again.
Well,
Does that mean that, like, if we've spent the stuff, it just...
Yeah, we still spent this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Let's do it. There's nothing else, right?
You really don't think there's anything else, huh?
I think that we're committed to action and we're probably going to lose. But I'd rather just do it. I'm going to look at the top card, may I?
We're at the item step?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, it's 1.5.
I guess we're going to keep that then.
Ready?
You're drawing 2 more?
Drum roll. Yep, here we go. Ready?
This is used. Okay.
Oh,
can we do the one thing that I said we should have done before? There's a tiny deck there. And we actually know that most of them aren't
5
curses. 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay. We've got a nice healthy deck.
Okay. 1.
Mm-hmm. We've got 1, 2, 3.
We need 5.
4. We need 1 more, and we only got 1 more to draw. Ugh.
It's a 7, which you have. Okay. All right. The rope is done, but you also had to spend this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. This is 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you do have to spend your knowledge power. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. That was so stressful.
All right, so
that was ridiculous.
Okay, so do you want one of these? I don't need secondary root.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, I'll take that. That's just that was insane. Are we still at risk of not doing it?
1 card.
1 card to go there.
Woven basket.
Useless.
The only thing is, let's keep it in case we get something that makes us get rid of a 6.
Oh yeah, let's remember stealth. I could turn a stealth. We got to keep remembering that. Although it's not that useful.
All right, now here's our next challenge.
Oh boy. Okay, that shouldn't be hard, but we should have looked at I should have looked at
I
those.
could have built this.
So I've got a star.
When you're taking that action.
Right. So that's 1 star.
Was it or and? Or.
So I've got 1 star and that's it.
Okay, first of all, when we get over, it's going to take us 1 card. We're not locked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the 1 card that's going to get us to here, right?
All right.
That means we can afford to spend 4 cards, provided this is the end.
Right.
We can spend 4 cards to get over. What's the likelihood of 4 cards that we need?
We've got 1 success already.
So we only need 2 successes.
For 2 successes, if we draw 5 cards, it's 97%. 4 cards is 90%. So we basically got to do all of those.
All right. I'm going to look at the top card. We're in the item step, yeah?
Yes.
Right? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're definitely taking that.
Yeah. Okay.
1.
We have to decide how many we're drawing.
4. We were deciding for. Oh, sorry, it's 4.
We don't have to decide until now, though, right? Or
yeah. No,
I don't know.
This is the item step.
But
The
did
next
we have
step is
to?
the cost. Determine the cost of the action.
Okay, so we could change our mind now if we wanted to.
I think we should spend all of them just to make
I
sure.
mean, I think I agree with you, but let's see. 1, just the 1.
Yeah, because look, we just need 1 to go from here to here, and then
1, 2, and we need 1 more success.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all 3.
Okay.
Okay, there we are. It's done.
Yeah, there's 3. The other thing that's helpful. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we overly did it. Now, which do we want to keep? Stealth. You take the stealth. What is this? What does that do for us?
I can trade this in to take an aggressiveness from the discard pile, which I think I should do now if there's anything good that we could use.
I'm going to get rid of this card to go. Sorry, we're here. I'm going to get rid of this card to bring us to here. Is
I
that
think
okay?
so, unless I've got a free way to use something.
I can't talk to you. I don't tell you to do that.
Why, you looked at it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could take the bullets in case we fight. I don't think we're fighting.
You don't have to make the choice now.
No, I don't. I just thought maybe if there was an aggressiveness that let me move, but I don't think there is. Okay, let's walk over there.
Okay, is this one, do you want it?
On the hunt for stealth.
We need that balance, so don't get rid of that.
Yeah.
Predator seems better. I mean, this is a test 2 with 2. You're not going to do this ever.
No, we don't want that. Oh, that's food.
Oh, I see. But you have to do 2 to 2 to get it. Oh my god, that's crazy good.
So let's keep this because
Just
these
in case.
are probably...
All right, get rid of the... You have to have footprints on the thing, though. On the thing.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
But
I mean,
it is an emergency food. All right, let's
get rid of war paint. Oh, that's the aggressiveness thing?
No. No, I could have traded in a stealth.
All right, whatever.
For...
All right, so that's in there. Okay, we're here. Okay, first we're going to spend this, right?
Are these cards in the wrong location? Like, where is this card?
Oh, this is here, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to banish this, which gets us 5, right?
What are we doing?
Banishing that here. That was our whole plan, to get 5 points. Right?
I mean, oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. There's our advance. Oh, that's what's our advance thing. Okay, right.
Okay, so here's 10.
Where was that card? Who owned
In your
that
hand,
card?
I took it.
Oh, that's the card that.
Yeah,
oh,
that was our entire plan. You
I
remember
know,
the whole-
but I didn't realize that advanced card was giving me that nice thing. Okay.
That's banished. Let's make sure you do that.
Okay. So.
Boy, I'm getting pushy now.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
7,
getting really
8, 9, 10. So that gives us. Now we got 5 more.
No, okay, yeah, no. Just take this away and put it away.
Uh-huh. You're cashing in the 15. You're skipping a step.
Where's
So
our...
we got 15.
Oh, you just put the 15 away. You do the honors.
Okay.
Bring us
So we cashed in our thing, got another 5. Now we have a total of 15.
breath. Let's just take a breath for a moment and realize that we passed this test ridiculously. Like, what a stroke of luck.
Oh,
Let's also take a moment to realize that the last hour and a half we've been playing this, Jesse and I have been, like, at the edge.
That climbing up that cliff. I mean, look at that. That like captured how tense it was.
But
All
this
right.
entire last hour and a half, I've been depleted. Like, I've been
Well,
done.
it was very scary. I mean, we'll have lots to talk about, but I will say this: like, that easy mode card did not take the stress and tension out of this game because it gave us a breath of life, and then we've spent the last hour in complete stress. Yeah. Okay, so we threw in our 15. Now we are banishing this card and taking a 266. Here we go, folks.
Okay, if you want,
This could be it.
let's return a card with the Guardian and spend 15. So this will have to be returned.
So 266 is a green. It's not a gold. That's a bad sign for us hoping this game's over. Look at that.
Let's just hold on. Put the 58 back just to keep our bookkeeping and misses get Spanish. If this is like gonna keep going, I'm gonna. You can put me on this altar and just kill me.
All right, here we go. Ready?
You gonna read it?
You want to read it?
No, go ahead.
No, you read it, Greg. I want you to read it. I want to take this in.
Enemies, destroy.
What do you think? Is it going to end now or not?
I think our misery goes on forever.
I don't think it's ending. I would have bet it was ending here.
It's insane. This is insanity. If this doesn't end it. It doesn't end it. An offering to the Guardians. Because of lack of sleep, your fear begins to shift into a seething anger that you find increasingly difficult to control. In moments such as these, you can envision being able to harm other people, or even yourself. Immediately after this is revealed, each character returns their frightened and or terrified states, then the character holding one or more cards with the keyword aggressiveness. So, are you terrified?
I have aggression. Oh, this tired should have gone away when we went to there.
You're injured and bloody. Are you bloody? Okay. Are you holding one with aggressiveness?
Yes, I am. I have aggressiveness.
Must either discard one card with the keyword companion or take a 104.
So I have to take a 104. This can kill us right now.
Don't even read this because it's going to hurt you inside.
How can that be, Greg?
20 experience.
How can that be?
How you can't survive long enough on the island.
How can this be?
It's insane. I mean, this is like, this quest is just designed to be like masochistic. We got to go all the way back to here, get another guardian, and then collect 20 experience points.
How can that be?
It's absurd. I mean, it really is absurd.
I mean, I think I know the answer, but
What?
we'll do this. I think there are more of these statues, and we aren't meant to keep going to these guys where it's depleted food. Like, we were meant to go to a fresh, healthy area. Like, maybe we've picked the most difficult guardians. Okay, but let's just do this step by step. Okay. Any character with aggressiveness must either discard one card with companion, which I don't, and then a 104. Okay, which is gonna make us die.
Yeah, I mean, this is craziness. I hope it kills us. I really do.
Okay, there's a 104, and look, it is this. So we have to get rid of 3 cards. Four cards.
Oh, please kill us. Please.
Really, Greg? Do you have to say it that way?
I'm on the altar, Jesse. I'm ready to die.
That's just
First of all, it's
insanity.
not really like go and continue the story. It's like go back and forth, go back and forth.
That is insanity. Wow. Really? Really? Let's remember to. In fact, if you could give me this, I'd like to. Well, all right, I won't take.
3, 4.
And this will be death right now if it's a curse.
It's not death.
Okay, put it. Oh, just shuffle it back into that deck.
Wait. Oh yeah, because that's an injury. It's not as death.
All right,
I would love it if you could just sacrifice me on this pit.
Well, we could just sacrifice your duck at that altar and see what happens. Maybe that's going to make the guardians.
No, either way we have to go all the way back down there, over this, and get back to there to get.
Why
a
don't you
guardian.
sacrifice Duke and see if that makes them come out? Like maybe sacrificing companion brings out one last guardian.
I don't care. I'm ready to die, so I don't really care.
All right, let's do it then. Let's sacrifice your duck.
Okay, so I have to get rid of one card. Take a 195. Let's do it. See you later,
Okay.
Duke.
Banish one card with companion. He's dead.
Let's put that in the thing. Okay.
Okay.
It's not a.
We didn't die.
You want to keep this? Go ahead. You don't have enough cards in your hand, so go ahead. Look for card 209. Do you see how
It's not 209. It's 195.
Excuse me, sorry, 109. You see how like easily I'm like I don't care. I'm ready to die. Duke, you go first. What is it?
You sacrifice your companion and lay its dead body on the altar. Whoa, look at that.
Just when your companion's blood comes in contact with the altar, your clothes begin to feel surprisingly wet. Blood. Your clothes are stained with blood. The active flaker takes a 105 card and 4 experience points. So this could kill us as well. 105 is bloody. And 4 experience points. We do have 5 experience points at this point.
5 of 20.
That's absurd. All I want to do is die. I'm like the explorer that's like, I'm ready for death to claim me. This is like, we were talking about Wolverine before, this is like Logan. It's like, I just want to die. Banish this. Ooh. I wish we had more companions to
How
put on
many
the soldier.
extra, why do I only have 2 here? Did I put them in the
You
wrong
should have
place?
just, yeah.
Yes, I did. 3, 4. Okay, so that's 4 experience points.
So we need another. I mean, this is absurd. I mean, like, it's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And, like, there's just not enough food to support you.
Well, I mean, it does seem like the likely case is that these aren't the only 2, and we had to go off to a different area because there isn't enough food to support us here. Like, we shouldn't have. But.
Well, you remember we went north over there before.
Did we?
In the beginning of this game, 45 hours ago, we went north. to find. The thing is, like, this game is designed so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wipe all this. But when you do, you just make it way harder for yourself to, like, if you take frequent breaks, you just make it even harder to, like, do it, because every time you have to go through these, it's just more, you're just milling more cards out of your life.
It's very weird that getting back and forth is so
much easier when you don't have to worry about that. So I have something else to say.
I mean, it's hard to imagine you staying here and finding all this experience in this area.
I have something else to say.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we could run down here and do this trick again. I don't think we're going to get 20, and we probably won't live. But we could try it.
I mean, we might as well try it till we die, because I don't think we're not going to reset it. We're not going to use that easy card again. So, all right, well, let's just make a run for it. So,
I mean, the other thing is, it doesn't matter at this point if there's some hidden stronghold in the north. There's another statue in the north, right? Like, it doesn't matter, because, like, there's no way we're gonna survive to find it, right? And there's no. The thing is, like, I do remember going to a statue in the north, but, like, that was underground. You need to be, like, really get a lot of food before you. I also killed my guy, so we won't even be able to use that.
I mean, is there any if we can't survive this without getting food.
No, we can't.
No, even if we got the best of luck, there's no way to get 20 experience without getting food. So I have an alternate strategy to propose. We just turn over cards we've never seen before and build enough of the map until we die.
Well, we've already seen a lot of that stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, if there are cards we haven't seen, if we don't know what some area is. Is there any area we don't know what it is?
There's, like, I guess, like, I don't really want the camera to see every picture that I've taken of my cat. That's all I've got.
That's your best case scenario.
I'm pretty lame. I just have, like, here's Donald.
Yeah, that's cute.
There's little Donald. I just
Do you feel bad?
Gladly kill Donald now.
Did you feel bad that we killed that?
No, because I want to die too.
Okay, so up there is the monorail thing.
This is like an example. Like, I just don't. It's like punishing. It's just like, I mean, back and forth. You're never gonna live. There, you're dead. We are next to death. I consulted my maps that we had taken on previous plays, and we did find that there was another temple here that we might be able to use.
That is related to our quest.
We've been in there before. We used it for another quest, but there's also a little bit of hunting there.
And we went down that cave. There's a cave in there, and then on our previous quest we realized this is not for our mission and left. And so I'm thinking maybe that cave is heavily. So, but we can talk about that post-mortem.
So,
we're about to die. We probably won't make it out there.
I'm just gonna. You're gonna pull me off of this.
I talked you down from the.
You drag me off. Okay, I'm not going that willingly. I'm gonna take one dreadful slug of whiskey. Okay, which is kind of weird that we don't have spirits in here.
And there's no, like, if there's anything we can do.
So it's gonna take us one card to come up here. Yes.
Well, it's this one you want to look at, or this one?
No, it's this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So one card. If it's a curse, we die.
First of all, this doesn't even go here. It's not supposed to be there. There's nothing.
I don't know what is there.
Okay, so we're just gonna.
And that is this. Okay. Yeah. One card.
Okay.
Okay. We didn't die.
Do we want fire? No.
Yes. I mean, if we get food.
Okay, I'm gonna drop this basket. I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, so this gets shuffled again. Okay.
All right, so we're going to look at this.
You're leading the way.
I'm leading the way.
Doesn't really matter.
I've got
Everything's going to kill us.
I've got 4. Okay, here we go.
It's bad.
One man's loss. Could be another man's gain.
Put it down here, please.
A human skeleton lies at the bottom of a narrow crevasse. It seems as if the unfortunate fell to their death while carrying all the materials that now surround their bones. You should be able to reach them safely if you're careful. If you want to apply the following effect, you must discard one card with the keyword skill or vigilance from your hand. And then it says, build. If you reveal a skull during the result, you fall into the rocky crevasse. So if you want all these things, this is just sitting here, or we can banish it. So unless we have stuff we want to build, we should banish it.
So I could build the fire. So what? Oh, okay. Because so what's interesting now is that like you could build almost anything, but you don't have a rock and you don't have a leaf, which is what I need for this. This is bamboo, so I'm just gonna build this.
If you
There's no reason not to build this. First of all,
because you don't
need it.
Wait, what? How? No.
Yeah. It needs
because
bamboo.
it's
bamboo.
okay. Good.
And so what this basically means is the only reason that you would do this is if you needed stone or leaf, which this requires leaf. So I'd have to reveal a card, which I still think is maybe worth it. What do you have there?
No, this needs leaf. This needs bamboo and rope, which is there.
So build that
I
for
could build
free.
this. Okay, I'm building this for free.
So we're not going to build the
For
leaves
free.
because we're already on borrowed time, right?
Right.
Although if we've managed to find food, I already got rid of this thing. So should I build the fire and look at a card and see?
If you build fire, it would cost us what? Just one?
One card.
And then we would have fire here, though.
No. I would build the fire making kit, and then I would be able to build fire. I think it's worth it. One card, we get fire. I mean, if we're going to survive, we need fire.
Yeah, we're probably not going to survive, but let's do it.
There it is. You want troubled childhood?
Yeah, because this could save us, I guess.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to banish this, right?
And you built the fire making kit.
Sorry, I built fire making kit.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's perfect. And
I'll get this card out. Is that 284?
banish this. That's pretty cool. The guy fell to his death. Sorry, buddy. We did bury one person, by the way. We took like 6 cards to bury somebody, and it helped us not at all. Okay, so now we're going to go
For 3 cards and die.
Ready?
Wait, nothing else?
Nothing's going to help us. We have no walking stick.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Dead.
Well, we've died.
Thank God.
We died.
Doing what we loved. Traveling back and forth 1,000 times.
Well, it was exhausting. Too exhausting to talk about today. But we'll have another video where we talk about our feelings about Seventh Continent and maybe talk about this particular quest.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody's watched to this point to see us die.
Someone has.
Since hours of this video, I was like on tilt is the poker term.
Well, I mean, this is a
Exhausted.
representative experience of Seventh Continent. And I'm sorry we let you down in not recovering the curse. On the other hand, maybe it inspires you to go give it a try. Maybe you can do better than we did.
Well, I think the other curses kind of provided more of like an interesting story or something to do. This was kind of back and forth, which on its own is exhausting.
Yeah,
Asking you to do the same thing over and
I'm
over
thinking, though, that we should have, going back and forth between these probably wasn't, there's different ways to do it. Like, these weren't the only 2. It's just that we found the 2 and we thought that made sense that we would just go back and forth. But I'm thinking now maybe this island, if I were to give one little note that I would leave on a bottle for the next explorer who visits this island and this curse,
very good.
I would suggest to you to fully explore this island.
Well, but the problem is that we have done that.
It's hard.
So what we should have done is to have, I started doing a map, but it's a lot of work. And so maybe I should have, taken the pictures and, photoshopped them together or something. And I don't know. Having a map, because this is, 60 hours worth of play on this. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I said 40 hours. I don't know what it is. It's a lot. I mean, it's at least 40 hours. Maybe closer to 50, I don't know, somewhere in there. And honestly, that's a lot of time to spend on this island. So but if you take a time between playing, then you forget.
But it's interesting because I do now thinking back to the mission we played when we went across this and we went in that cave. We exited, realizing that it wasn't for that mission, and I'm wondering now, was that cave for this mission? But
this one,
yeah,
we already know that we could use that for that mission.
I know, but we didn't go into the cave, and maybe there were more mission related. I feel like
Well,
this
once you
game
go
let us down a
underground-
little in that it sort of hinted that we should be like we felt like we should be going back and forth between these two, and I wonder if that's really
seem like
true.
there's no, and I looked at the maps that we took before. There's no hunting in the swamp. The hunting here is always 250, which is terrible.
But there
on
was
this
another
coast.
hunting up here that
was
we,
another
if we
in
had remembered that,
that,
we
that would've made a
probably would
difference.
have gone there.
But I mean, like, if we had done this without I mean, the thing is that you just need to traipse back and forth so many times that you have to get rid of cards and you have to do the.
But we don't know that you have to traipse back and forth. Like, I'm thinking now that you don't. Like, there were alternate. Like, we were trying to squeeze blood out of these stones.
When we look at this temple and the one right here are exceedingly similar. This one is different. I think that this one gives you this, and because these two have you pulled 49 and flag like this. So my feeling is that these are the same, this one and this one, and that this one is the only place to get the guard.
Well, let me make a different guess, and it's completely just a guess. If we go in that cave, if we had gone in that cave, which has a temple on the outside to these gods, I wonder if we wouldn't have found alternate ways to get guardians.
I'll tell you what,
experience.
pro tip, if you're playing this, how I would play it in the future maybe, is I would never go to sleep. I mean, like, I would never rest. I would leave the map out. So
we
that you have a
needed to
chance.
sleep to get the food.
There's just, the hunting's terrible in like a lot of spots. I think that's what I would do. I would leave it so that you could, because these just burn away card after card after card, and you have to keep doing those and then burn cards to move. Now that this is done, we can move up to here. You have to hop that, sure, but then you move all the way down there. I would just leave this all up there, put it on. I would actually put this on like a poster board or foam board, and just slide it and move it so that it's like, that's the way I do it.
I think what I would do is spend some games, like devote early games to exploring.
We already did that.
No,
We just forgot it.
No, we explored as part of our attempts to solve the curse.
No, that's not true. When we first played this game, we spent like 20. We played this game over 3 days with the first curse. And we didn't even get anywhere near solving the curse. We went on these islands. We were 100% exploring. We went all over the thing. Then we played the second curse. We realized that we had a leg up because we'd all been all over the island. But when you wait 6 months, 8 months, 10 months,
that's true. You
forget it, and that's why you need a good map or to take good pictures. And the problem is that for me, I haven't ever utilized very well like folders on my phone for photos. And so what I should have done is made a folder that said Seventh Continent.
You got to be serious about making maps, but I still like.
Which
I love to know what's in that cave.
Thematically, it would
Like
be
we
so
did
cool
go in
to have
that
used
cave.
graphic
When we turned back, it was because I do remember we went in that cave and we were like, we turned back because we knew it wasn't for our quest. But now I wonder, was it for this quest inside that cave? Inside this monorail.
Yeah, it is. I showed you that.
I know, but there's a cave in there,
Oh,
and
that
you can
you-
go deep into that cave. And we went deep into that cave and then turned
That
back.
was another quest that we rang this gong and it broke all of it.
Right.
But I
That's
think that
not
was
there.
part of another quest.
That's there, isn't it?
But going under the ground is dangerous. It's
Very dangerous. But I feel like
I don't know. I mean, to me, like, if you told me let's try playing this again, I was like, no, never again. I'm never playing this course again. I just can't imagine spending 16 hours. I mean, well, that's not true. Okay, how long did we play today? 5 hours.
we played.
What do you think we're at?
We played about 5 hours today.
Okay, so
An
that's
hour on this one.
12, maybe 13 hours, somewhere in there, right? On this. I'm never doing that again to get to this point again. Never.
Well, here's what I would say. I have a slightly different take. If you told me that to win this quest, we have to do what we did all over again and do it better and get this 3 times, I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it again. But I would be very amenable to saying, let's try to flesh out this map and go into the caves, go as deep in places, and see if there aren't more efficient places related to this curse that would not have required us to ever do this back and forth.
Okay.
Like, I'm not convinced there are. I'm not convinced there aren't. Or
I have a counter argument. I could lay on this thing and you could murder me. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, like, actually, it could be the best of both worlds. What we could do. Now, part of the thing about this curse that really ground me down playing this curse was just again, I think this is where you get the Guardians, and I think this is where you get the things. Because I did look at a picture of this that we looked at before, and it's the same exact card as this. So this is where you get the Guardian. I mean, I cannot imagine. This is 49. This was 4. Oh wait, what is this?
Yeah, that's the one where you get the Guardians, 49 plus that,
Okay.
and that's the...
That's 49 plus that too.
What? Oh my god.
No, hold on a second. But what is the...
Yeah, so they were just...
Is this 238?
They're
How do
the
we get-
same? We didn't need to go back and forth? What?
I don't remember how we did it. Okay, just let's... I'm pretty sure we did it right. We're very tired now. But what I want to say is this. It really seemed like this is where we gathered the Guardian, and this is where we gather things. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. You have to gather just a ton of experience points. So what I think the best thing to do, going forward and playing this game, because right now, frankly, this particular mission to me is not fun. Going back and forth and just gathering random experience points, back and forth, is not fun. Figuring out there's other curses that we played. I mean, the first introductory one was like the crystals, fine. The other one had more of a story to it. They're more interesting to me. So what I would suggest is that we play the next curse 4. There's no actual order that I think. There's just an order that somebody said to go in or something. I think that you'll print it out. So I say play quest 4, curse 4. Get better at making our map. Right, and then when we're going around, we'll see things for this. And we'll go, oh, look, we could have gone there, right? We could. I mean, it might be kind of
what
fun.
do you think I think about that idea?
You like it? I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. That's perfect. That's exactly what you should do. You don't bang your head against the wall playing a curse that you feel is repetitive and boring, which it's become for us. And if you think there's a better way to do it, a fantastic strategy is, since you're retreading over these islands as you play different curses, switch to a new curse.
Yeah.
Keep your eye open. If we find some stuff that's related to this curse on our way, make better maps and consider. If we found some great thing, then maybe we'll come back to play this curse, or maybe we don't.
Yeah, it's frankly it's exhausting. Like playing this game in a lot of ways is quite exhausting because it's so long and because you spend so much time on the verge of death. And this one was so repetitive that like I feel like if anybody watched the 14 hours or whatever. What did we just say it was? I already forgot. 12 hours? Whatever it was. Yeah, 12 hours. If somebody watched all this, which there's no one on earth that's going to watch that, but if they did...
Let's have a bet. You leave a comment. If you've watched this, I mean, we don't even exist yet.
Okay.
We don't even exist. We're talking to some future state.
If somebody can just skip to the... You might skip to the end and just see, did they win the curse or whatever?
You leave a comment if you've watched all the time of this. If you've watched all 12 hours, you leave a comment because we want to know. I'll bet there is someone out there.
Okay, but regardless,
okay, sorry, yes.
I mean, I felt like this is a game where I feel like parts of it I'm like very excited, right? But then like after a while I'm like just like get on with it, you know? I'm just like let's go. Well. You know, it's just like instead of feeling that excitement, it becomes like a job. It becomes drudgery.
Most of this adventure was so wonderful and exciting, and it is super long. And there are the pacing of this game where you get near death and excited is fantastic. But this curse did something that the other one didn't, which is we got to a state where we had to spend many hours going back and forth and back and forth, and that was not fun. That part was just grueling. There's a name. What did they call that one? Grinding. It felt like grinding, and we were on the verge of death. Now the only thing, like, I'm big into trust of these games. We play these detective games, and you have to trust the designer. And sometimes a game is not worthy of your trust because the designer was lazy or whatever. This guy who did this game is so good, and I really trust him. So my guess is that exactly what you said. If we knew this island better, then we would know much more efficient ways to get this done. So
which if we had just kept a better map.
If we had kept a better map, if we hadn't waited 6 hours between gameplays, and
6
But
hours,
6 months, yeah.
10 months,
Right.
10
So,
months.
but I mean, the point is that wasn't fun trying to solve it that way, and we didn't know a better way to solve it. And with this game, you don't feel like, well, let's go explore. I mean, you're on the verge of death, so we didn't want to try things.
Everything you do is taking, like, when we were had this big conversation about whether to find more food. It's like just that simple act is reducing your food. I mean, it's crazy. Like, so to me, this, like, I mean, I would say half the time we played this particular curse on camera here, I've just been like, it just felt grueling. It felt grinding, right?
No, I definitely didn't feel like it was half. I mean, there were some wonderful moments. I would say it was just the last couple hours.
Anyway, but
yeah.
Regardless, I really feel excited about, like, the idea, even in my state right now, which is like, I still feel like laying on this altar and dying. Okay. Like, even in that state, I feel a sense of, like, it would be really fun to play another one of the curses. And I'm kind of in my head thinking, I'm going to go home and Photoshop a map of what we've done so far and, like, have a good couple of maps of, like, here's a map of the desert, here's a map of the jungle, whatever. Because the idea of drawing this out on, here it is, here, which I started drawing it, I mean, it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
I mean, and that would have lengthened the game out even more.
I think, yeah. So take some photos and stitch them together and
something. I mean, because, like, it is cool, the idea of, like, and we decided we've scoffed at this thing, but, like, now, like, the idea that we're kind of gonna maybe this is a house rule. We're just gonna collect these. Any information that we get, we're now gonna collect. And it's like that's a record of our exploration.
But we're in agreement. Like we there's no way we would want to play this again and try to do this same thing. No. And that better not be the way you solve this curse, because that's not fun.
I mean, I think it, regardless of whether you go back and forth between these two, you're going back and forth between something. The one in here is the same. We went up north to the snow, and there we hit the edge of the continent there. Well, not there. There's another snowy part past that. But I looked at that on the map, and there's no more of those.
But I mean, I think I'm thrilled to hear you say this thing about playing another curse, because it felt like at the end of this you're like, this game.
I felt that way a little bit. Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. But it seems like maybe with another night's sleep, we could put this curse aside, play another one. Like that's almost like a legacy campaign game. If we play something else and keep our eye open for clues to this clue.
One, yeah. But I don't think we're gonna. I really don't think we're gonna find it. But I do like the idea, like, and this is kind of a failing that we had going into this, or maybe that the game has. I don't know. Where it's like, you can't play this and win it. You can't just put this on the table and play it and win it. You have to know. You have to explore and understand where stuff is, which is really a cool thing. Right, I don't know any other game that does it like that. Okay, so you're going over the same ground, the same area every time, but the problem is, like, being able to remember it all, unless you
gotta take photographs. But don't you think?
I'm saying, like, if we had previously to this curse, if I had stitched together, because I've thought about how to do this before, stitching them all together in Photoshop, and then bringing those maps, you'd have to update them every time you went to a new area, and it's a little. That's a little bit of work.
But it's doable.
But it's work. I mean, it's a little bit of work. But I mean, because I've belatedly found some photos of this area here, I couldn't find them before, and there is hunting there. So if we remembered that, it would have made all the difference. We would have, when we were here, we would have gone and hunted here. Then we would have gone down and done that other whole thing, right? And the thing is that, like, how do you reconcile that? Oh, if only we had remembered those pictures.
I do think that would help. But I think, like, as a general rule, I think that perhaps when we discovered these two places, we forgot how this game likes to stretch things out and tack on multiple steps. And if I was advising someone, I might say, look, you got to explore enough area to be convinced that you're doing the right strategy. And we saw a strategy. We saw two places that work together. And rather than
the failing of us in this quest, which I don't think this is a good curse personally. I'm saying that the ones we've done before have been much more interesting. With the introductory one and the other one were much more interesting. But the failing that we had was that, like, we took too long to come back to the game. because the game requires you to know the continent. And when you're saying we should have explored the continent more, well, we've done that before.
Well,
And
sure, okay,
and in
but
exploring, you are burning cards constantly, and that's what you're doing. Like there's
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, that's but what the point I'm trying to make is that our normal when we play this game, we say, well, we can't go off on some wild goose chase because we'll burn all our food and then we won't survive. And I do think maybe this game needs a meta strategy, which is don't try to win it on the first playthrough. Spend the first play. I know you're okay. You're saying it, but given that we lost our maps or didn't have the maps available to us to look at, either because it had been so long we had forgotten or we didn't want to go through them, we shouldn't have tried.
We were on camera, and I wasn't going to spend an hour looking through my.
But either way, okay. So, but whether, just as a general rule, I would suggest when we start a new curse, right? We could either try to win that curse, or we could say, let's go through it the first time and try to explore the place.
But what you're saying is we should explore the island.
Explore and know it. Explore and map it.
But that's, I 100% agree. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we've done that.
Sure.
We did it when we played this curse the first time. We did it. We played this game 20. This is how we learned the game. We played the introductory curse. We spent 20 hours wandering around over the course of 3 days. That was during one of our co-op cons, our first one. And all we did was explore the island. And then it was after that I made Jesse promise to stick to task because it was too easy to just wander around and never come back. And because of that, we knew the island. But you can't spend 20 hours exploring the continent before you play every curse. So the failing, it seems clear to me that the failing that we had was that we should have had a better note system.
Okay, you're right. That would have solved it, either having the better notes, but I still say, just as an example, we went in the cave in a previous playthrough, not on this quest, on our first quest, and then
last one. That's how we went.
Not on this, right? But not right.
Curse.
Not on our previous playthrough of this curse. Okay.
Well, we might have actually.
But here's an example. Let's say we started this curse again. I would suggest we're not going to play this curse next, but if you get into a cave, here's a good example. If you get into a cave and you get deep in, you're like, well, if we go deeper, we're going to die. I think maybe you make a decision to go deeper and die and sacrifice your first playthrough to map. If we found a new area, just for example, we found a new area, playing the next curse.
Okay.
I'm just saying I would lean towards mapping the first time through.
I think mapping is almost always going to help you, but it's a really that's a very hard sell to say, look, you're playing this, you're 3 or 4 hours in or 5 hours in. We've gotten to a cave that we haven't mapped. We don't think it's the way we're supposed to go. And then you're going to tell me, we still don't know if we're doing the right thing for this curse, so we're going to kill ourselves to map this cave, and then we're going to start again to play the whole thing. It's
a hard sell.
It's really...
In AI, they call this the exploration versus exploitation dilemma. How much time do you spend exploring to discover new stuff you can exploit, and how much time do you spend exploiting the knowledge you already have?
So if you have, for some reason, not watched this playthrough, and you've skipped to the end to see our thoughts on it or whatever, I would highly urge you, above all else, because I've been like, well, I've got some pictures of this thing, that's fine. No. Make printouts, catalog where these are, take an extra 4 hours and make a map, whatever the case may be. You need these. I mean, I would almost if they made pages that contain these cards, I would almost say if you've been there, stick it in the card.
Someone has uploaded, I think, a map of the whole place, but of course that would be spoilers. You wouldn't want to look at that. But I think if you took photos, develop a system, take photos. I mean, it's absolutely essential. It's not only essential, taking a map and taking good notes is essential not only to winning and doing well, but to having fun. Yeah. Because otherwise you're retreading. It is cool
to be look, we've been here.
Amazing.
I remember this.
It is
There's
amazing.
Food here. I mean, every time I remember where I'm because I remember this. I remember specific. I've always remembered this because that water under there is that hunting. I always remember that, and that's really cool. But
you remembered a lot of this, don't you think? In a way, part of what's cool about this game is that
that's I always in this game,
and I always love when there's psychological elements to this game. There's an element to this game that is also present in our detective games, which is there is there is an aspect of the game where you are tested on your stamina in real life. Like after 8 hours, you get tired. And if we could pause and step back, maybe we would have looked at those older pictures. Like that was a pain. It was a lot of work to go through and find those.
Is being on camera and wanting to keep things moving on camera. I think that's a big.
And it's also a good knock on for not waiting 6 months between playthroughs and
Okay, so
this game.
So do you feel exhausted and terrible about this? Or do you feel like completely overwhelmed by this?
I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel like this curse really took it out of us with this thing. But I'm thrilled to hear you say your proposal.
Well, guess what? I got something else for you.
What's that?
This is us laying down. This is me laying down. This is you kicking me while I'm down. You want to know why?
Why?
If you look to your right, what do you see, Jesse?
It's not recording. It's okay. It's just the top down. It's not recording. But wow, look at that. We forgot our steps, but we don't need it. But
it's missing 30 minutes of top down. You don't have to.
Just missing for 30 minutes of top down. That's not the end of the world because we were just discussing.
So that's technical. But isn't that funny? Like, wow, that's not recording.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so.
But I mean, we weren't going to discuss this because we were too burned out. But we're sort of discussing the game for a second. Okay, then if you got an energy to talk about it a little bit, since we're discussing this curse, not Seventh Continent.
Let's not give away too much about our thoughts, but about our review.
I mean, I found this curse. It had all the wonderful moments, the exciting up and downs and pacing, and the fact that it really exhausted us. It really exhausted us and tested our patience. For me, is still a mark in its favor. It is such a unique experience. So I think your idea is exactly the right one. Do not try to play this curse again, but play something else and explore.
I'll do one better.
Yeah. I could be convinced though to right away try to flesh out, like build a full map. You said how important that is. Like I'm convinced that we should do that. We should double down on our efforts to build a full map of what we know.
All right, why don't we cap it? Why don't you watch our review to hear our fuller thoughts about it after a night's rest or whatever? And we're definitely going to do another one of these, and maybe a different curse, of course.
You heard it here from Greg's very mouth. We are going to play this again. I was so deadly afraid after the end of this curse. Greg was that's it. I'm done. I wiped my hands of this game.
I mean, again, it has something no other game has. I mean,
totally unique.
Those are some of the things that I've never played in another game.
Totally unique.
All right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm convinced that someone out there has watched all of this and wants more, wants another video. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop right here. We're not going to play and record this again until someone posts a reply on this YouTube video and says they've watched it all and want to see us play again. And if we get that, then we're going to do it. And if we don't, you'll never see this again.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say.
Because I'm convinced, I have faith in our viewers, that someone's going to watch this and say, yes, I want more.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.
So let's turn these off.
This is going to be our, in the TV show, like on Siskel and Ebert, now it cuts, or the news people.
Here's a picture of my cat eating ice cream.
That is so cute. Go up for 2 Seventh Continent, about to die.